What's going on, everybody? Big Dog Brett, welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for tuning in. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share. Oh, I am exhausted. It has been a long week. I wanted to make this video not at the last minute, but kind of last minute. I really didn't want to just, I didn't want to make a video earlier in the week and then find out there were injuries or people are going to be out of the game and all of that fun stuff. So I decided to wait, and here we are. It's about 9:30 Sunday night. I'm not going to jump into all of the stats, all the stuff Kirby said, all the stuff Nick said, all the stuff that the players have said, what the media has said, what Vegas has said, or what even the fans are saying. I'm gonna just kind of cut to the chase here. Throughout the season, Georgia has looked dominant in almost every game, with that one game being the game against Alabama. Alabama has had games where it has looked very hit or miss. And you can say that both teams look extremely well right now, and that's true. Georgia has played a lot of teams that looked extremely well the week before they played Georgia, so that's nothing new. We could talk about how Stetson Bennett is a walk-on. We can talk about how JT Daniels might be a better quarterback, but none of that stuff really matters. What really matters is how these two teams play tomorrow night. Now, whether Georgia loses or Georgia wins or Alabama loses or Alabama wins, it does not change that both of these teams are good football teams. And there's a lot of good fans on both sides. And there's some trolls on both sides. I'm not going to say there's not. Now, before people jump out there and say, oh, he looks worried, he looks nervous. I've said it before, I'll say it again. If you don't look nervous, you ain't been paying attention. If a game of this magnitude, you don't get nervous about this game, I'm not sure you're that invested. I've had some people jump down in the comment section and say, hey, I'm not nervous. I don't know that you've been paying attention, man. And whether you're a diehard Georgia fan or you're a diehard Alabama fan or you're just a diehard college football fan, or you're just rooting for Georgia for tonight or tomorrow night, or you're just rooting for Alabama for that evening, it doesn't change that college football is absolutely incredible for bringing people together. So I just want to take an opportunity to thank all of the people that I've met, all of the people I've worked with, the people that I've reached out to that have responded and been, very gracious and helpful and understanding. Whether it is a media personality or whether it is a fan, those of you that have reached out to me throughout the season and the years, I might say, as well, and have said, hey, man, I really appreciate you talking with me and spending time with me, and I'm humbled every time I look at the subscriber count. And 4,700, 4,600, whatever, 4,800, whatever it is, may not, it may not be an earth-shattering number, but to me, it's very, very flattering. And I just want to say thank you for that. You guys are awesome. It's something I've been able to do, to spend time and meet new people that I never would have been able to do before. And I've been fortunate enough to have some people follow me or follow the channel that were kind enough to support the channel. And I can never tell you guys how awesome that is. It's very humbling, and it's very very kind of you. So thank you for that. It's been an incredible season for both teams. We've seen some dominant football played by both teams. We've seen some scary moments by both teams. We've had players go down. We've had players come back. We've all been on one side or the other of the underdog conversation. But I don't think there's an underdog in either one of these teams in this game. I think both of these teams are legitimate contenders. I think that while Nick Saban is an incredible coach, Nick Saban does not stand on that field and snap a ball. And I think sometimes some of the credit that should really go to these players doesn't go to the players. And some of the scrutiny that should go to the players doesn't go to the players. It goes to the coaches. I think that, for all of us to stand around and jump up and down and cheer and scream and yell about, guys in their late teens, early 20s, we sometimes forget how much they've invested. Sometimes we forget how much those guys have sacrificed. The blood, the sweat, the tears, the travel, the late nights, the missed family events, all of those things. We forget about them. All we see is W's and L's, And I just want to say thank you to all those players and all of the people that work on this stuff behind the scenes. I really appreciate all of you guys. Those of you that show up week after week after week and have spent time with me and my channel, I can't thank you guys enough. Regardless of whether or not Georgia wins this game, I will still be a Georgia fan. But this time, I feel different than I felt before. When we played Alabama last time for a national championship, man, I was super nervous. This time, I'm almost numb. It's an incredible experience. And I just don't know who to pick in this game. I always pick Georgia. Always pick the Dogs. But this time, I'm not picking Georgia. And I'm not picking Alabama. This time, I'm going to do my best to sit back and try to enjoy these two teams just playing football. And I think there's a lot to be said for we miss that sometimes. Like sometimes we're so wrapped up in wanting our own team to win that we forget to enjoy the game. Sometimes we forget to give credit to the other players on the other team when they win or when they lose. All we care about is that W and that L. Now, do I care about winning a national title? Oh, yeah, I do. I really do. But this time I'm going to try and enjoy the game. Now, if you were asking me to pick a score, I could give you two scores. I could give you one for Alabama and one for Georgia. If Alabama comes out and Georgia's defense doesn't make the adjustments, it's liable to be another 41-24 or whatever it was. If Georgia comes out and plays lights out football like it normally does, you might see another 31-14 or 11. It's just there's really no way to tell. I said in the Michigan game, I said, I didn't think that game would be a blowout. I've said several times during the season that I never really picked a blowout for any of those games. Not with any, serious intention, thinking it was going to happen. I just don't know. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. When you consider as a fan and take all of the fanhood out of it and look at these two football teams and go, I have no idea who's going to win this game. And the first thing people start doing is pointing at the players and pointing at the coaches and saying this and saying that and start pointing at records and start pointing at national championships and all this other stuff. And none of that stuff tomorrow is going to matter except the coaches and the players. That's all that's going to matter. If either team comes up with a good game plan and executes it, they can win. That's it. I mean, that's really honestly it. So, for me, I'm going to cheer for my Dogs. But I'm going to try to enjoy the game. If Georgia wins this game, you can bet I'll be ecstatic. If Georgia loses this game, you can bet I'll be heartbroken. But I'm really trying to appreciate what all of these people on both sides have put into this. So, this coming up next year is going to be a great year. This year is not over yet. If you guys have made it this far in the video, do me a favor. Hit thumbs up and subscribe. That's all you got to do. Trying to get to 5,000. I'd love to see that by the end of the season. And I think we're around like 200 away or something like that. I don't know. I think it's like 200. It's not far. I can do it if you guys help, but who knows? Some people have asked if I was going to do a live game stream. I'm not going to do a live game stream. I get so wrapped up in what's going on that I think it would be hard for me to enjoy the game and try to communicate with everybody. To try to sit there and commentate on what's happening, why something happened. And I mean, I enjoy doing it at halftime and I enjoy doing it at the end of the game. But this time, I'm going to do my best to enjoy this game. So every time that Georgia has played Alabama, I've picked Georgia. And every time I've been wrong. So this time, I'm not going to pick. Now, I gave serious consideration to picking Alabama or making a video where I pick Alabama and then upload that. And then if Georgia wins, show the rest of the clip where, I basically say, hey, I'm glad you guys thought that I was pulling for Alabama, but, actually I was pulling for the Dogs. I knew the Dogs were going to win this. That's why I made this video ahead of time. But I think that takes away from the actual game. And so, yeah, I'm not picking either one. I'm not going to pick. I'm going to let it happen. So, I know that's probably not the answer some of you guys were wanting, but it's the realest answer I have. It's the honest answer I have. It's the truth as far as I can see it. Now, Georgia may go out tomorrow night and get blown out. And no, I'm not saying that I'm not picking Georgia because I'm scared they're going to lose. If you've watched any of the videos I've done this past 2 weeks, you should know better than that. And I'm not picking Alabama because I'm spiteful against Alabama. If I thought Alabama was going to win this game this time, I would have picked Alabama. I keep looking at, who's been more consistent. It's been Georgia. Who has somehow managed to pull off miracle wins. Alabama, who looked dominant in the college football playoff. Both teams. I think the last 2 games Georgia, I think Georgia has lost like 3 football games in the past 20-something games we've played. I think Alabama's lost 2, maybe. I don't know. But at the end of the day, if Georgia gets a wins the national championship for the first time since 1980, there'll be nobody. I won't say there won't be nobody happier than me. There might be somebody happier than me, but I don't know who they would be. I've obviously invested a little bit of time into this, so it's been real. It's been a real good season. So, yes, I'll be streaming during the game. the halftime report and then the end of the game. And keep in mind, I think, with the exception of the SEC championship game or one of the other games, whatever it was, Georgia was winning at halftime. So if Georgia's winning at halftime, don't expect me to lose my mind. We're going to win this game because it's not going to happen. But yeah, I'm just going to enjoy the game. So I really appreciate all you guys. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow in the live stream. And no matter what happens, have a great day. God bless. Go Dogs.